Dear soul, I'm so grateful you're here right now. Your heart brought you to this message, and I need you to know that this is no coincidence. There's something powerful that the heavens want you to hear today, something sacred. And if you truly want answers about your soulmate, about the love that feels so distant, yet so alive within you, then you must stay with me until the very end of this message. If you leave now, you might miss what your soul has been asking to hear for a long time. The title already whispered part of the truth. Your soulmate chose a different path. And yes, it's true. A choice has been made. One that may seem like a departure, like a door closing. But before you allow fear or sadness to take root in your heart, listen closely, because there is so much more to this story. What looks like a separation may be, in truth, a divine redirection. And the reasons behind this choice are deeper than you think. What you cannot yet see, the angels have already witnessed. And they've brought me here to tell you what you need to know. Today, right now. Say Amen if your heart is open to divine guidance. Say it if you're ready to receive what the universe has been preparing behind the veil. Because this message will not only bring answers, it will shift something within you. But before I reveal why your soulmate chose this path, you need to understand what the heavens saw, and what your soul already suspects. Let's begin. Dear soul, what happened may have taken you by surprise, but nothing is ever truly hidden from the eyes of the divine. Your soulmate, the one your spirit has long felt connected to, has made a choice. And though this path may appear to lead away from you, I need you to understand something vital. The choice they made was not meant to break the bond between you, but to deepen the journey your two souls are on. Every step taken, even the ones that seem to distance, is still part of the sacred rhythm orchestrated by the universe. The angels watched silently as this choice was being formed, watched as emotions clashed within your soulmate's heart, as doubts arose, and as fears whispered louder than truth. And they want you to know that this decision was not taken lightly. It is part of something far greater than you can see right now. It may feel like a pause, a silence, or even a goodbye. But the truth is, the connection between you two was not severed. It has merely entered a phase of transformation. There are moments in the divine journey of love when a soul must take a detour, not to escape its destiny, but to better understand it. Your soulmate's path, as it stands now, is teaching them what they need to see, feel, and heal. And just because their feet are walking in a different direction, doesn't mean their heart has forgotten yours. There are questions within them. There are longings they can't yet explain. There's a pull in their spirit that they haven't dared to name. They are not running from you. They are running from parts of themselves they have not yet learned to embrace. And the angels see this. They have seen the nights when confusion settled into your soulmate's chest like fog. They have seen the inner storms they tried to calm with silence. And they have seen the quiet moments when your name echoed in their thoughts, even if they never spoke it aloud. Dear soul, I know you've asked yourself, why now? Why this turn? Why would someone destined to walk with me take a road that leads away? And I am here to tell you, it only looks like it leads away. But every road, when part of a divine connection, is drawn into alignment at the right time. What feels like distance is actually preparation. What looks like separation is space being made for healing and growth. And that growth, though painful at times, is necessary for both of you. This moment, this choice, is not rejection. It is divine timing unfolding in its mysterious, often uncomfortable way. You were not abandoned. You were not forgotten. You were not less than enough. Please hear that. The angels whisper this to you over and over. You are enough. The decision your soulmate made came from a place of inner conflict, not clarity. And the conflict itself is part of the spiritual awakening they are undergoing. The journey of twin souls, of true divine partners, is rarely linear. It is often filled with pauses, turns, challenges, and mirrors. Your soulmate is now looking into one of those mirrors and seeing things they didn't expect to see, things they need to face before they can return to you fully, completely, and without fear. You see, dear soul, the love between twin souls is not about attachment. It's about ascension. It's about becoming who you truly are, so that when you come together, it is not in dependence, but in divine harmony. And sometimes, the universe calls one of you to step away, not to lose the other, but to find yourselves more clearly. Your soulmate's choice might have triggered doubts in you. It might have awakened fears of abandonment, rejection, or unworthiness. But let me gently guide you to a deeper truth. The soul bond remains. It pulses beyond time, beyond space, beyond human choices. What's happening now is not the end. It is a sacred unfolding, and the angels are walking with both of you, guiding, whispering, intervening when needed. There are forces at work beyond what your eyes can see, and while your soulmate seems distant, their soul is still learning how to come home. Home to truth, home to love, home to you. But before they can do that, they must walk through the places where their heart has not yet dared to go. And this choice they made, it is leading them there. Even if you cannot walk beside them physically right now, you are present in their evolution. Your love has never left them. Your soul still sings to theirs. And deep down they hear it, even if they don't yet know how to respond. The angels ask you not to fear this distance. They ask you not to see it as punishment, but as alignment. Trust that even now, you are being prepared for something far more meaningful than you imagined. The connection isn't broken. It's being rewritten, restructured, rebuilt from the inside out. Soon, dear soul, you will begin to see signs, confirmation, glimpses of how everything is being woven together with threads of divine timing. But for now, all you are being asked to do is this: trust, not blindly, but deeply. Trust that nothing sacred is ever lost. Trust that this detour has a divine direction. Trust that your soulmate's path, though it seems separate, is part of the same divine map. And most of all, trust that you are not waiting in vain, because in the next part of this message, I will show you something that will touch your spirit in a way you haven't felt in a long time. I will show you the signs that the connection is still alive, still pulsing with purpose. Stay with me, dear soul. The truth you've been searching for is already unfolding, and you are exactly where you need to be to receive it. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel, and if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now, let's move on to what matters most. Dear soul, even now, even in the silence, the connection between you and your soulmate still exists. It has not vanished. It has not weakened. It is alive, woven through the fabric of the universe, and anchored in the divine plan written long before you were born. You may not feel their presence the way you used to. You may not receive their words, their attention, or their energy as clearly as before. But do not mistake this shift for absence. What is happening now is not the end of the bond. It is a sacred pause, one that invites deeper alignment rather than disconnection. There are threads of light that still stretch between your heart and theirs, and though they are invisible to the eye, they are undeniable to the soul. You felt it, in the moments when you suddenly think of them, in the dreams that come without warning, in the signs that seem to follow you everywhere. This is no illusion. This is the tether of true connection. It is real. When two souls are destined, the universe does not simply let that bond dissolve because of a temporary detour. Your soulmate may have chosen a path that looks different from yours, but beneath that choice is a connection that never chose to be broken. Sometimes distance is needed so that the soul can grow strong enough to return with even more clarity, more devotion, more purpose. And in the meantime, the bond remains untouched by time or space. You might be wondering, if this connection is still real, why does it hurt so much? That is a sacred question. And the answer lies in the very nature of divine love. The pain you feel is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of depth. You hurt because you love. You ache because your spirit remembers something that your mind is still trying to understand. And that ache is not for nothing. It is the echo of your soul recognizing what still lives between you and your divine counterpart. Your soulmate feels it too. Even if they don't speak of it, they may not understand it. They may push it away. But there are moments, quiet, unexpected moments, when your presence washes over them like a wave. A scent, a song, a memory. It comes without warning. And in that moment, their heart responds. The connection awakens. They may not know how to express it. They may try to ignore it. But it is there. It is always there. And you, dear soul, are not alone in this. The angels have seen you carry this bond with such tenderness. They've watched you hold space for love, even when it feels like it's drifting, and they are so proud of you. Because to believe in love when everything seems uncertain, that is true spiritual strength. That is trust. That is devotion of the highest form. You have not been waiting in vain. This connection is sacred. It is protected, and it is not at rest. It is evolving, moving, breathing with every heartbeat you send out into the world. The more you tune into your spirit, the more you will feel them. Not just in memory, but in presence. Not just in the past, but in the now. And perhaps you've already noticed how certain signs keep showing up. A repeated number, a specific animal, a name, a word, a phrase you keep hearing. The timing of these signs is not random. These are reminders from the universe that your soulmate is still tied to your journey, that despite the choices made, your energy remains interwoven. But here is something even deeper the angels want you to understand. This connection is not dependent on the current reality you see with your eyes. It is a soul bond, and the soul operates in dimensions far beyond the physical. Your spirits meet in dreams, your hearts speak in silence, and your energies respond to one another in the unseen. You may be apart in this world, but in the higher realms, you are still holding hands. There is more happening behind the veil than you can comprehend. And soon, things will begin to unfold in ways you didn't expect. But for now, the most important thing you can do is continue to nurture this connection, not with obsession, but with love. Send love to your soulmate, not because they asked for it, but because your soul chooses to love, freely and fully. Send light to their path, not because you want to control where it leads, but because you trust the divine plan guiding it. You were never meant to chase. You were meant to stand in your light and let your soul speak the truth of this connection. And as you do that, the energy between you strengthens. The invisible thread glows brighter, and even if your soulmate cannot yet articulate it, they feel it. Deep down, something inside of them knows there is something they have not finished, something they are still being called back to, and that calling is you. But this is not the moment of return. Not yet. Before that can happen, the connection must deepen, not in the outer world, but within your spirit. That's why you are being asked to remain still, to hold your center, and to trust. The pain is part of the process, the silence is part of the preparation, and the connection is part of the promise. This invisible thread that binds you, it was woven by the divine. It is not meant to strangle or imprison. It is meant to lead, to remind, to unite in the right time. So even now, while it may feel like your soulmate is far, know this: they are still walking within the circle that leads back to you. The universe has not lost the thread. The angels have not let go, and neither has your soul. In the next part of this message, I will begin to reveal why the universe allowed this distance to exist. I will help you understand the sacred purpose behind the pain. And when you hear it, something inside of you will finally make sense. So stay with me, dear soul. The next truth is one your spirit has waited lifetimes to remember. Dear soul, now that you understand the connection has never truly faded, it's time to go deeper. You must know why this separation, though painful, has purpose. The distance between you and your soulmate was never a punishment. It is a sacred pause, orchestrated by divine intelligence, to allow healing and growth on both sides. Every soul carries wounds, old stories, forgotten fears, limiting beliefs, and your soulmate has been called to confront theirs, just as you have been called to heal your own. Without this space, the realignment could not occur. This is not about walking away, it's about walking within. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, separates to realign, distances to deepen, and silences to awaken truth. What you're living through is not abandonment, it is preparation. There are things that both of you needed to see, to feel, to understand, things that could only rise to the surface in the quiet of distance. The absence isn't empty, it is full of lessons. Your soulmate, whether they know it or not, is being shown the parts of themselves that must be loved, healed, and released. And you, dear soul, are being invited to do the same. The pain is not the enemy, it is the teacher. It reveals the parts of you that still doubt, still fear, still hold on too tightly, or push too hard. These things cannot remain if love is to return whole and strong. Separation is a mirror. It reflects not only what we long for, but also what we must become. In the quiet space that now exists between you, transformation is unfolding. Your soulmate may be facing their shadows, the weight of expectations, the fear of being truly seen. And while they walk that path, you are being shaped by your own sacred fires. You are learning how to hold space for love without losing yourself. You are learning how to trust without control, how to surrender without fear. These are not small lessons. They are the foundation for divine union. Think of this time as the soil in which the future is being planted. Roots do not form under bright lights and applause. They grow in the dark, beneath the surface, unseen, but essential. That is what this moment is for you and your soulmate. A time of rooting, a time of becoming, and it is not wasted time. Every tear, every prayer, every breath taken in longing is part of the becoming. It is sacred. The angels want you to understand that you were never meant to simply wait. You were meant to evolve, to open your heart not just to reunion, but to divine love in its fullest form. The kind of love that sees all, accepts all, forgives all. And that love begins with you. You cannot demand from your soulmate what you have not first offered yourself. If you want them to choose you freely, you must choose yourself fully. That is the lesson in this moment. That is the purpose in this pause. Dear soul, remember that even when you feel alone, you are being guided. The separation is not chaotic. It is intentional, and it is temporary. The more you focus on your own healing, the more the energy between you shifts. When one twin rises, the other feels it. When one soul expands, the other is invited to rise as well. This is the unseen alchemy of soul connections. What you do now matters. What you feel, how you speak to yourself, how you care for your own heart, it all sends ripples through the bond. You are not powerless. You are part of the divine unfolding. And what about your soulmate? They are not lost. They are being led. The universe is showing them truths they have long resisted. They may be silent, distant, even confused, but their soul is listening, and the day will come when something shifts within them, a realization, a memory, a longing too strong to ignore, and they will trace it back to you, to the bond, to the place where the love never left. But until that day, you must continue becoming, not for them, but for yourself, so that when the door opens, you walk through it, not as someone who was waiting to be chosen, but as someone who already knew their worth, someone who chose themselves in the waiting, someone who stood in their truth, even when the world went quiet. The pain you felt is not the proof of something lost. It is the sign of something sacred being forged. You are being prepared, dear soul, for a kind of love that doesn't need to be begged for or chased. A love that knows. A love that returns in divine timing. A love that holds you with presence, not just promise. And when that love returns, and it will not be the same, because you will not be the same. The version of you who meets them again will be wiser, stronger, softer, and more whole, and they too will have walked through the fire of their becoming. That fire is what this separation is for. It is burning away what no longer serves. It is making room for something greater. So do not fear this space. Honor it. Use it. Let it show you what you need to see about yourself, about love, about your path. Let it shape you. Let it soften you. And above all, trust that it has meaning. You were not left behind. You were lifted into a higher truth. And in the next part of this message, dear soul, I will reveal what the angels see ahead. Because while you've been healing, something has been moving, something unexpected. And what I will share with you next may change the way you see this entire journey. Stay with me. You are not alone, and you are not forgotten. What comes next will open your heart in a way you never imagined. Dear soul, the moment has come for you to understand the greater mystery hidden within this journey. Even though your soulmate appears to be walking a different path, the truth is this: that path, though winding and uncertain, still leads back to you. The universe does not make mistakes. It does not scatter two connected souls across separate worlds, only to forget them. No, dear one, there is a deeper current flowing beneath what you can see. A divine intelligence that knows exactly how to bring two hearts back together, even when they've drifted apart. What may look like a detour is, in truth, a redirection. Your soulmate has not been taken from your destiny. They are still on the way. Sometimes, The path to union looks nothing like the story we hoped for. It may unfold slowly. It may seem backwards. It may lead through heartbreak, silence, confusion. But that doesn't mean it's broken. It simply means the universe is preparing both of you in ways you didn't expect. Because real love, divine love, requires more than desire. It requires readiness. It requires truth. And often, that truth is found in the places we didn't want to go. Your soulmate's journey, no matter how far it seems from yours, is still part of the same map. It's as if the two of you are walking on opposite sides of a great circle. And though you can't always see each other, every step is bringing you closer to the same center. This is not wishful thinking. This is how the soul works. This is how love moves through time, space, and distance. The detour is not a denial. It is a sacred delay, one that leads to deeper alignment. You may ask, but how can that be? How can they find me again if they are so far, so unaware, so seemingly disconnected? Dear soul, do not underestimate the power of spiritual gravity. When two hearts are truly bonded, they pull toward each other, even when everything else tries to hold them apart. You don't have to chase them. You don't have to convince them. You don't even have to know how it will happen. All you must do is trust that love, when rooted in truth, is magnetic. It finds its way. There are things your soulmate must still learn, places they must walk through alone, but that does not mean they are lost. They are being drawn by an inner compass, one that only points to truth. And whether they realize it now or not, that truth includes you, your essence, your love, your light. It calls to them even now, softly, silently, in moments they don't fully understand. And so, while they walk their path, you must walk yours, not in waiting, but in becoming. Every step you take in self-love, in healing, in faith, creates resonance. It echoes across the connection. It reaches them in ways unseen. You may not get the text, the call, the sign you hoped for today, but the universe is always moving in ways beyond your senses. And sometimes, the quietest days are the most powerful. Dear soul, your heart may still carry doubt. That's natural. But I'm here to tell you, this is not the end of your story. It is the middle. And what comes next is not random. The universe is weaving something beautiful through all of this. You are not forgotten. You are not abandoned. You are part of a plan greater than your understanding. And your only task now is to stay open, to keep believing, not blindly, but bravely. You are being shown that love doesn't always arrive when or how we expect. Sometimes it takes a longer road home. Sometimes it circles back with wisdom and clarity that could not have existed before the journey. And when that happens, when the return comes, it brings a kind of peace that only comes from walking through fire and finding your way back to truth. The angels are not worried. They see what you cannot. They see the openings being made, the realizations unfolding in the background, the softening of your soulmate's heart, the divine timing lining up with divine will. And they want you to know, this path they've chosen, as strange or painful as it may seem, still leads to you. So do not give up now. Do not silence your heart just because the echo hasn't come yet. Keep loving, keep trusting, keep walking. The reunion may not look how you imagined, but it will feel like everything your soul has been asking for, and it will be worth every moment of the wait. In the next part of this message, dear soul, I will reveal something deeply important, something that must happen before this reunion can fully unfold. There is something in you that must be healed, something that still asks for release. And when you face it, when you free it, everything will begin to shift. Stay with me. The most powerful part is still to come. Dear soul, before the reunion can come, before the alignment completes, there is something within you that must be acknowledged, something that must be healed. The universe is asking you now to turn inward and see not just the love you carry, but the pain you still hold. This journey is not only about your soulmate returning to you, it is also about you returning to yourself. There are places in your heart that still ache, old wounds that whisper lies about your worth, and hidden fears that quietly resist the love you desire. These parts of you are not here to be rejected. They are asking to be seen, to be felt, to be freed, because only when you are whole within can you fully receive the love you were created for. Perhaps there are moments you've doubted if you are lovable, if you are enough, if you are truly chosen. Perhaps your past taught you to expect abandonment, to brace for disappointment, to silence your heart just to survive. But now, in this sacred moment, the angels ask you to bring all of that into the light. This pain you carry is not a flaw. It's a doorway, a divine invitation to heal, not just for the sake of reunion, but for the sake of your soul's freedom. Your soulmate's journey is not separate from this. In fact, their path is often a reflection of your own. What they cannot yet face in themselves may mirror what you still carry inside. This is the divine mirror of soul connections. You are not being asked to fix them. You are being asked to face yourself, to love the parts of you that were never loved properly, to forgive what others could not see in you, to reclaim the truth of who you are, not as a reaction to someone else's absence, but as a return to your own light. This healing is sacred. It is the soil in which reunion is made possible, because the version of you that holds on to old pain cannot walk fully into the love that awaits. The fear that still lingers in your heart, even quietly, can block the very blessings that are trying to reach you. That's why the angels are guiding you to release, to breathe, to soften. You do not need to rush. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be willing. And so I ask you now, dear soul, what are you still holding that no longer belongs in your spirit? Is it the voice that tells you you're not good enough? The fear that love will always leave? The guilt of not being perfect? Or the shame of past mistakes? Whatever it is not your truth. It is not your identity. It is not your future. The angels are with you now, ready to help you lay these burdens down, not to forget them, but to release the power they've had over you. You are more than your wounds. You are more than the silence, more than the waiting, more than the stories that play in your mind late at night. You are light. You are love. You are already chosen by the divine. And as you begin to remember this, you begin to open new doors. Doors your soulmate will feel, even if they are far away, because energy does not lie. The more you rise in truth, the more you become a beacon, not of need, but of wholeness. And that wholeness is what draws true union near. There is nothing you need to chase. There is only the path of return to your heart, your power, your peace. This is the healing that changes everything. This is the alignment the universe has been waiting for. Your soulmate may not yet know the words, the steps, the timing, but when you step into your fullness, the universe begins to echo your truth through their path. They will feel it, and one day, they will follow it home. Dear soul, I know this healing work can be tender. It can stir up things you thought were buried, but you are not doing this alone. Every breath of courage you take is supported by angels. Every tear you cry is caught by the divine. This path of release is not punishment. It is resurrection. You are shedding the layers that no longer serve you so that your soul can shine more clearly. And that light, it calls to your soulmate in ways words never could. You don't need to be anyone else. You don't need to wait to be loved, to believe in your worth. The healing you are doing now is not just for this moment. It is for your whole future, for the life you are meant to live, for the love that is meant to find you. So trust this process, even if it feels slow, even if it feels hard. It is working. It is sacred. In the next part of this message, I will show you what is happening beyond what you can see. While you are healing, the universe is moving in your favor. Something has already begun to shift. And once you understand what's being aligned in the unseen, your heart will begin to trust in a way it never has before. Stay with me, dear soul. The most beautiful part is about to be revealed. Dear soul, while you have been healing, reflecting, and releasing what no longer serves you, the universe has not been still. Behind the veil of the physical world, there is movement, powerful, intentional, divine. What you cannot yet see is that everything is aligning. The energies are shifting, pathways are opening, circumstances are being rearranged to bring what is destined into your life. You may feel like nothing is happening, but the heavens assure you, something is. Every prayer, every tear, every moment of surrender has sent a signal into the universe, and that signal has been heard. The love you seek is being summoned by the very vibration you now hold. There are moments in this journey where all seems quiet, and that silence feels heavy. But silence is never emptiness in the realm of spirit. It is preparation. It is recalibration. The angels have been working behind the scenes, aligning the hearts, the timing, the inner awakenings necessary for two souls to find one another again, not out of need, but out of truth. While your soul has been learning, so has theirs. And though they may not speak it yet, their spirit is stirring. Changes are happening around them. People are being removed from their path. Old beliefs are crumbling. New questions are rising. Their heart is beginning to feel what their mind still tries to deny. And that shift, it's not random. It's divine orchestration. The love between soulmates creates waves in the universe, waves that move matter, rearrange events, and pull things into divine alignment. What you're feeling now, the sense that something is about to shift, is not your imagination. It's intuition. It's real. The universe is not ignoring your longing. It is responding in ways you cannot fully perceive. Timing is being perfected. Encounters are being designed. Opportunities are being positioned so that when the moment comes, there will be no doubt. It will feel like everything suddenly makes sense, because everything will have led you here. And not only is your soulmate being prepared, but you are being positioned too. There are blessings forming around you. Doors that once felt closed are slowly unlocking. People who no longer resonate with your energy are drifting away. And new energy is entering your field, softly, silently, making space for what is to come. Even the moments that feel like loss are part of the design. You are not being stripped. You are being cleared. You are not being tested. You are being guided. The angels want you to know that divine timing is not delay. It is protection. It is grace. It is mercy. Had things come together before, they might have broken apart. But now, after the healing, after the releasing, the love that comes will not be temporary. It will be stable, sacred, strong, and it will honor the soul that you've become. And as this alignment takes place, synchronicities will increase. Watch for them. Numbers that repeat, messages that echo your prayers, encounters that seem too precise to be coincidence. These are the whispers of the universe, saying, keep going, we're close. You might hear a song, see a name, feel a presence. All of it is real. All of it is part of the unfolding. And the more you pay attention, the more you will realize. Your heart is not alone in this. It is being heard. It is being mirrored. Dear soul, you were never meant to walk this journey blind. The signs are there. The movement is real. And though it may feel slow, it is sacred. True love takes time not because it's far, but because it's deep. The universe does not rush what is divine. And your soulmate, wherever they are, is feeling the pull too. They may not have the words yet. They may not understand what's shifting within them, but the change has begun, and it is drawing them closer. So stay open, stay grounded, continue doing the inner work, because the clearer your energy becomes, the faster the outer world responds. You are not just waiting, you are co-creating. Every act of self-love, every moment of trust, is a seed planted in the field of your future, and the harvest is coming. It may come in a moment you least expect, a message, a meeting, a realization. But when it comes, it will be undeniable. You will feel it in your bones. The universe has heard your soul's longing, and now it is answering in a language far more powerful than words, in energy, in timing, in divine design. What has seemed distant is being drawn near. What was once uncertain is becoming inevitable. And all of this, every delay, every silence, every challenge, has been part of the preparation for a love that will not falter. In the final part of this message, dear soul, I will reveal the most important truth of all, the reason this connection still lives, the reason it has endured, and the reason it will fulfill what it was always meant to. Stay with me. The final truth is the one your heart has waited lifetimes to remember. Dear soul, we have now arrived at the final truth, the message the angels have carried across realms, just to place gently in your heart today. Everything you have felt, everything you have endured, everything you have questioned, it all leads to this. The promise between you and your soulmate has never been broken. It may have been tested. It may have been delayed. It may have seemed forgotten. But in the divine records, it remains untouched, eternal, and alive. Before you were born, before your first breath, your souls knew each other. They made a sacred agreement to meet, to grow, to love, and to return, no matter what. And though the path has been long and winding, the promise remains. This love is written into your destiny. You were never meant to go through this life alone. You were never meant to wonder if this connection was real. Deep within, you've always known, even in moments of silence, even in days of doubt. That knowing has never left you because it comes from your soul, not your mind. And the soul never lies. This final truth is simple, yet profound. What is meant for you cannot be taken from you. It cannot be lost. It cannot be destroyed. It can only be delayed until both hearts are ready. And now, you are closer than ever to that moment. All the inner work, the healing, the surrender, the faith, it has not gone unseen. The angels have walked beside you through it all, and they are celebrating, because you are no longer just hoping for love. You are embodying it, becoming it, and that is what draws your soulmate home. No step of this journey has been wasted. Not one tear, not one silent night. Every emotion has been part of the sacred alchemy. You were being shaped, refined, prepared, and so were they. Because this kind of love, divine, destined, whole, requires souls who are ready to receive it without fear, without defense, without distortion. That's what the time apart has been for. Not punishment, but preparation. And now, as you stand on the threshold of this new energy, the angels want you to hear this clearly. Your heart is safe, your future is guided, and your love story is still unfolding. It's not too late. It's not over. It's only just beginning in the way it was always meant to. There may still be steps ahead, conversations, choices, growth, but the hardest part, believing in something your eyes could not yet see, is already behind you. You've done it. You've stayed. You've trusted. And now, you will be met with the evidence of that faith. When the moment comes, and it will, you will feel the peace of recognition. You will look into their eyes and know that everything made sense. Every detour led you here. Every delay was a gift. Every unanswered question finds its answer in their presence. And the bond you once thought was fading will pulse stronger than ever, because it never truly left. Dear soul, this is the love you were always meant to receive. A love that chooses you. A love that sees you. A love that stays. It may not be perfect, but it will be true, and it will carry the strength of every storm you both survived to find each other again. And now, the angels invite you to claim this promise, not with fear, but with faith, not with desperation, but with peace. Say in your heart, I am ready, I trust, I believe. And as you do, the heavens move even closer. The doors open, the timelines align, and the next chapter begins. You are not waiting anymore. You are welcoming. You are not broken. You are blooming. You are not alone. You are surrounded by love in forms seen and unseen. Let this truth settle into your spirit. The love you desire desires you too. The soul you miss misses you too. And the promise between you, it lives, it breathes, it calls. And now, dear soul, it answers. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith. The angels bless you, they walk with you, and they whisper, it is time.